Your Northland Sports Report starts now with Tom Hansen.
Tom's jet lag off that trip to D.C. Mark Lang is in today with a look at sports. Good evening.
Good evening, Pat.
What's going on?
Not a whole lot. It's been baseball, and it's personally my favorite time of year. I can't get enough baseball.
Yeah, I love it too. And gee, there's a little dirt track racing going on too.
There is. The 2008 dirt track season is in full swing, and every track has unique sights and sounds. Most unique, maybe the track announcers themselves. Freddie Frand has been an announcer in the Northland for over 30 years. That's this week's In the Pit.
When you go to a racetrack, there are certain constants that you can always rely on. Whether it's that familiar roar of the engines or the dirt and mud being thrown into the crowd. If you're at the Grand Rapids or Hibbing tracks, one sound you expect to hear is the voice of track announcer Freddie Frand. Frand is something of a legend in local racing, and that's something that comes with experience.
Oh, I've been here at the Grand Rapids Speedway for 30 years off and on, and then at the Hibbing Speedway for way over 30 years, and I quit Proctor 3 years ago. I had 32 years in there when I let that one go, so I've been around for a while.
Freddie has been around at a number of tracks for a number of years, and Freddie has been coming here as long as I've been coming here, at least 20 years. Freddie brings a lot of experience and a lot of know-how of the drivers, the families of the drivers, and people expect to hear Freddie on the loudspeakers, so he is definitely an asset to our track. We really enjoy Freddie. Does a great job, always here, and always in a good mood.
Everyone enjoys a Frand-announced race, maybe the drivers most of all.
Freddie Frand is just tremendous. He's been announcing since I was a kid. He's the only announcer I ever remember, and I don't think there's anybody better than him anywhere. He's personable. He really loves what he does. He doesn't do it for the money, certainly, and I think he enjoys this racing as much as anybody out here.
I'm Mark Lang for In the Pit.
One score tonight, that's baseball. The Brewers lost to Atlanta. 4-2 was the final score in that one. They are off tomorrow. Then they will head to the Dome to take on the Twins on Friday. This weekend we'll wrap up interleague play for the major leagues. And tomorrow, the Minnesota Timberwolves have the third pick in the NBA draft. They say they have 4 candidates, but not so sure who they're going to take.
They haven't really had much luck with first-round picks anyway, so
not lately.
There's a good group out there, but number 1 and number 2 are the big names, and we won't have a shot at them. All right, thank you, Mark. Well, it was about 20 degrees cooler up the St. Louis River today with the wind coming off the lake, but that meant it was a very comfortable 65 or 68 or so. Then the wind shifted. It is warm tonight in Canal Park. George Kessler will let us know which way the wind blows tomorrow when News Center Tonight returns with the weather next.
Get your news anytime, anywhere at northlandsnewscenter.com. Meteorologist George Kessler is certified by the American Meteorological Society.
Well, again, strolling through Canal Park today, I noticed a big difference in the temperature from earlier this afternoon and this evening. It has gotten a lot warmer downtown.
Yes, the winds, they came on shore for a little while this afternoon, and it was 19-degree difference between my house in Hermantown and coming down here. And now Ernesto, our faithful production assistant, has informed me that we saw a 16-degree increase downtown this evening when the wind shifted.
It's plenty toasty.
It's nice out there. And do you want to hear the kicker, Pat?
All righty.
A cold front went through. Because of the passage of the cold front, our temperatures went up 16 degrees. Only in areas near a lake or a large cold ocean can things like that happen. But the winds go into the west-northwest, and they're strong enough to push that lake air back out over the water, and our temperatures bounce back very nicely. 73 at the airport right now, 72 in Hibbing and Ely, 73 Grand Rapids, 70 up at International Falls. It is a gorgeous evening. You're letting Rover out one last time. You might want to just sit on the porch. 64 Grand Marais, 68 Silver Bay, still feeling some of that lake influence. 79 Ironwood, 79 degrees in Hayward. They had a toasty day there, but not so bad down in Lake Country. Just put your feet in the water. Looking at readings across the country, it's certainly warm and muggy through the central and southern parts of the United States, but no huge heat waves. You don't see that brick red color, which indicates high 90s, even into the hundreds. Well, you can see it if you want. You look out here behind me in the desert southwest, heading over towards Death Valley. Of course, it's over 100 down there. That's your average temperature this time of the year. cool readings up in the Rockies, but nothing extraordinary. Satellite picture, you see these faint wisps of cloud moving through Ontario and also out over Lake Superior. Those are thunderstorms. We had a couple of big ones earlier today, especially in the Arrowheads, Lake and Cook counties. Also had a couple of larger ones just on the border between Wisconsin and Michigan. Those have moved off, and from the vantage point of space, they don't look very large, unlike some of those big storms that you get going. These were just little isolated wisps. They are now through the region. This bubble of high pressure out to the west, that will dominate much of our weather on Thursday. I'm watching this area, the batch of clouds that you have out to the west, and you also begin to see a few thunderstorms arriving. That might be pressing in on us later on tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. And it's kind of a wait and see matter with those. These down in Iowa, that's not a problem, but they don't need to see any more rain. Unfortunately, they are, but those are headed well away from us. Really, the big problem will be a storm system that's developing later tomorrow night into Friday and Saturday. But between now and then, did want to point out we have one last shower making its way in the far, far eastern part of Itasca County. Probably going to move to the north of Hibbing. The whole front, though, at least the most active part of it, out over Lake Superior, and don't see any more of those showers over northwestern Wisconsin. As I said, on Friday, that storm system will come up and through. It'll be bigger than some of the ones we've seen recently. It'll have enough gumption to pull down cooler air from Canada and also to trigger potentially soaking storms on Friday and Friday night. As we look at the weekend, the jet stream takes a dip behind that storm system. Cool air funnels in. Might be some scattered showers. You have that cool air aloft. It makes the atmosphere unstable, but it's going to be, I think, at least okay out there. The really hot conditions will be confined to the Basin region and the desert Southwest. So let's take a look at the forecast for the overnight hours. Any showers that we have out there, and again, just that rogue one heading north of the range, should be ending soon. Temperatures 50s to around 60. Humidity levels will be dropping. That you will certainly notice. Tomorrow, temperatures not a whole lot different from what they were today, 5 to 10 degrees, but with lower humidity, it really is going to feel spectacular. Could see some clouds and showers in the southwest toward evening. Looking ahead, Friday, better chance of those showers and thunderstorms, then just lingering sprinkles, especially Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Cooler than it has been. No 80s on here, just 60s and 70s, but that's right about where it should be.
All right, and just for the record, you can sunburn on a cloudy day, right?
Sure.
It's those burning rays get through the clouds.
Right, exactly. The clouds are very efficient at scattering visible light, which is why it looks dark underneath them, but other wavelengths go straight through, and those are the ones that really cook you.
All right, be prepared. Say, we have another weather-related story coming up. Up next, we'll meet Mike, Dan, and GW. 3 of the truckers stranded with their wind turbine cargoes near Peshtigo, Wisconsin, waiting for the floodplains of the Midwest to dry out. A group of truck drivers on their way to Iowa are stuck in Wisconsin because of flooding. They're calling their new little town Strandedville. Sarah Thompson of WBAY Television in Green Bay is their new Chamber of Commerce.
At the Eagle Express Truck Plaza, just outside of Peshtigo, Mike, Dan, GW, and his new neighbors take it easy in Marinette County's newest suburb, Strandedville. Population 11.
Some of us have been here 9, 10 days.
10 days. And now we're stuck. Nowhere to go.
Oh, they're stuck all right, because where they're supposed to take these 220,000-pound wind turbines is a giant farm field in northern Iowa, but it's flooded. And before they can even chance driving 110 tons of concrete over many bridges between here and there, the state has to inspect them for flood damage. And so they wait.
Absolutely stir crazy. This is one of the worst things for a truck driver, is to be able to sit. We like to drive. That's why we do it.
So what happens when a flood takes out a trucker's highway?
Well, I read and we gossip and complain and work on our trucks. We got beds in there, we got TVs, refrigerators, and everything.
In just 10 days, they've managed to sweet talk some new friends into doing a little laundry.
Oh, we're getting to know everybody. We know Gene already, and we know just about everybody inside the restaurant already.
So you'd think being stuck here for 10 days would be bad enough? Well, today, it got a little worse. They found out they could be stuck here for 10 more days.
We thought we're going to get a mailbox and become residents of Wisconsin so we can go fishing.
We'll do what we've been doing, and that's wash clothes, drink coffee, and visit.
And hope Strandedville can take a hike soon.
Pretty good idea, that fishing license thing. Hey, thanks for watching News Center tonight. You can see the news anytime, anywhere on northlandsnewscenter.com. I'm Pat Kelly. Have a good Wednesday night.
Jay Moore stars in a new comedy, Project Gary, CBS Wednesdays this fall.